September 27th, 1914. Dear Mrs. Campbell and all the boys at the Abelard Orphanage, many thanks for your letter. I am still in the land of the living. The morning of the first stroke of battle, a heavy mist lay across the battlefield. Our men were ready to leap the trenches at the given signal, which was in the form of a great mine. When it exploded, the earth shook as if there had been an earthquake, and the artillery opened up such a terrible fire that no creature could exist under it. You have no idea what the sound of the guns is like. It's 100 times louder than thunder. My bones have been sore every morning when I wake. Of course, I never really sleep in the true sense of the word, because sleep is well nigh an impossibility. We hope for a speedy ending, and that the world may be at peace for many years to come. I must now close, hoping this letter finds everyone in the old home in the best of health and spirits, and living up to the old motto of keep smiling. One of your old boys, Walter.
December 14th, 1915. I thank you very much for the Aberlour magazine. It's taken exactly 6 weeks to come from the orphanage to here. The only thing I can complain about is that we get stew for dinner. Change for dinner today. Like a fool, I'll say with excitement, "What is it?" And they'll say, "Stew." I think I'll write a story about it. This is my second winter in the trenches. I heartily wish this terrible war was over. I've now been fighting for 15 months, and I've not been wounded once, so I think I'm one of the lucky ones. I send my best wishes to everyone at the old home, and trust you are all well. George.
November 13th, 1916. It is interesting to read the letters sent by some of the old boys in the monthly magazine. I laughed heartily at the stew story in George Baxter's letter. We fully appreciate all the kindnesses that are showered upon us. We'll never forget them, for after all, there's no folks like our own folks. I'm 17 years old today. This is my first birthday away from home. How's Mr. Robinson getting on with the choir? I'm afraid I have no voice to be in a choir now. I often wish I were younger and back at the orphanage, but time and tide for no man waits. So we must just move with the times and do our best, no matter where we are. I hope to be home with you soon. Your sincere friend, Charlie C.
January 6th, 1917. I do not yet know whether this letter will ever reach you. We have just suffered one of the worst shellings I have ever experienced since the war began. I see the list of killed in action is increasing. It was only 3 months ago that I was speaking to Charlie C. Now he is no more. One never knows what may happen in so short a time. It is the unexpected that always happens. We were in a hard fight last month, and I was put out of action. I lay in the open for 3 days, and all that time my wounds were not dressed and I had nothing to eat or drink. On Tuesday night, a number of men were on their way back from a strike. I called out to them and the officer in charge said he would send help for me. He did so on Wednesday evening. My thoughts wandered back to the homeland, far from the noise and death-dealing missiles. Please continue to send the magazine. You have no idea what it means to me. I enclose £3 that I have saved since I joined up, and my belongings are in Edinburgh. I leave them all to you if I do not return. Farewell, Frank.
October 3rd, 1918. I have much pleasure in writing you a few lines just to let you know how I'm getting on. I dare say you will be wondering what has come over me, as I haven't written in so long. But I did not forget you all. I will never forget the home where I was so well looked after and taken great care of. Rumours are prevalent that it will not be long before we are home. The authenticity is uncertain, however. If this war has done nothing else, it has strengthened the bond already existing between the former boys and the old home. The magazine arrived this morning. Throughout this terrible war, it has never failed to keep me smiling. It only seems like yesterday since I was saying goodbye. What a lot has happened from that day to this. Forever one of your old boys, Walter.
And I write these words to you tonight. For what else can I do? As I'm reminded once again how far I am from you. I never knew hope could exist in a place that God's own thunders missed. I write these words tonight for you. For what else can I do tonight?